everything. So, pray for the families. And honestly, man, soon as everything hit the fan and started going on, I couldn't even think about myself. Everybody straight got into survival mode and helping other people. And for the first time, I think that situation was something to help us all understand not only God's power, but that He's trying to tell us something. Because it was a struggle with no lights on for like a week or two for some people. Some people didn't have no water, no food, and it was just like that little moment where, it seemed like it was what you call that? I seen it on a movie. Damn, what they used to purge. It's pitch black dark once the sun go down. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy out here. So it's been a lot going on, but at the same time, steady keep pushing, man. Whatever go on through life, whatever you go through in life, that's one thing I understand about life. No matter what, you gotta keep pushing. Because one thing about strong people, whatever you want to label yourself, long as it's something good, because a lot of people tend to let shit get to them for all the wrong reason, and for that reason alone, they allow that shit to weigh on them heavy, and then they count themselves out. But you can't do that, dog, because one thing I understand about mistakes, even if we make a mistake, make the best of that mistake. That mistake make you great, fuck it. The stuff we go through in our life is what's gonna form our character. So on some real shit, you can't give up no matter what you go through. So no matter what, this shit's supposed to make us better. Good and bad, accept it all, because that shit is gonna make you what's better. We'll talk about whatever y'all want to talk about and get into some shit, man. I just want to see what's going on and just see what's popping, man. But on some real shit, you gotta understand the power of God, and I don't want to be preaching to y'all and then, but I be on some other stuff sometime, man, and I just understand and I just see shit, and every day I'm learning shit, and like I was showing y'all the other day, just had a test at work and shit. Excuse me for my language, I try not to cuss too much, but just staying focused, and it's always something. But no matter what, like I said, no matter what, you just gotta keep going. That's why I say, man, when you think about business, Nike came up. It might seem simple. It might seem simple and plain, but when you think about it, Nike came up with one of the best slogans it is when they came up with that "Just Do It." Because no matter what we go through in life, no matter what's going on, no matter how hard things may get, no matter if you gotta bust this move, no matter what you gotta do, at the end of the day, you just gotta do it. So no matter what, we can't give up. So we're gonna reinforce our life. That's the first thing we're gonna talk about. The word today is reinforcement. Life reinforcement, nurture, which is a Greek philosopher. I was doing some reading a couple of months ago on Greek philosophy. Said to support life is to accept as it is, with all of its problems and doubts and conflicts. That means accept everything, the good and the bad. I just was saying that. It involves accepting life with a sense of joy, no matter what, wonder and imagination, rather than a passive or resigned manner. Good and bad are not the same for everyone. Life is about self-overcoming. This is the process of going beyond conditioned behavior and beliefs to find your own value. We stop caring. When we stop caring about what other people think of us, we can start to question, criticize, and finally get rid of the ideas of the social norms. I want y'all to, I gotta say that again. I want y'all to think about that carefully. When we stop caring about what other people think about of us, we can start to question and criticize and finally rid of all the ideas of the social norms. Fuck what they think. We can't care what nobody think. Fuck trying to be like anybody else. Just be yourself. Stand out. Fuck it if you don't fit in. You rather stand out. Fuck it. Be yourself. This allows you to write your own moral code. Yeah, most definitely. And decide for ourselves what is important, useful, and satisfying. Get over yourself. Find your values and accept life in all its complexities. Enjoy life with all its no's and confusion, and make your own morals. Lord, learn the overman, because man can be overcame. What have you done to overcome him? This is a call to action, to make you think, question, and make things. This means we can get through hard times and become the people we really are. Focus on your purpose. Your pleasure will be more gratifying. And that's with life in general. Like I was just saying, no matter what we go through, it shall make us better. Nah, I didn't come to preach. I didn't, I always like to speak on some real shit. And y'all call it game, but me, honestly, man, I just call it some real shit. Game be that shit that just flow naturally through you, man. Like, we talk about game, for instance, that shit just, to me, is gonna be some natural shit. That's why y'all get a kick from that last page, man. We was going ham just on some regular shit. Niggas just do regular shit and anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? And I just be being myself at the end of the day. And that's what I want to show guys. It ain't about trying to impress nobody. It ain't about trying to be no better than the next nigga. And then my whole objective is for you guys to understand, just be yourself, man. I mean, it's too many. I've got familiar with who from what and who would do what and whatever is whatever and all this old type of stuff by paying attention to things, being a good judge of character, being able to read energy and all this type of stuff, because I've been familiar with being around certain things, and that stuff is what formed my character. So I had to be mindful at the same time, and at the same time I had to be vigilant and pay attention to what's going on within me and also around me. And you tend to get to know and understand a lot of things. And people will tend to try to follow trends or be like someone else instead of being like themselves. I was telling them guys early on Facebook, like, to be honest, speaking on the game, and I can't get a game a black guy. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because at one time, it felt like the streets was all I had. And that's sad to a certain extent. But it made a nigga who he is, because a nigga had to do what he had to do. You know, I done told my story before, so I ain't got to really go into that. And I appreciate the people that went out and wrote my first, bought my first book and supported my first book. La homie from LA just hit me up today, bro, about to send me some more gear to rock and shit. I appreciate that. Y'all be having that gear y'all want me to support, I'm with it. Cross branding, that's what they call it. You know, I be doing my little research and be looking at little shit and doing this little stuff here and there. Like I said, I always keep my head in books and shit. So forever in this game of life, I'ma always be a learner, trying to learn and figure things out, because you can't just tell me anything. That's why I'm telling you guys, you got a new, yeah, they took my old page down, bro. That's why I'm telling you guys, you gotta just be yourself, man. Don't be a clone. That's the problem now with the world. It's too many people that's out here that's the same. You know what I'm saying? And what makes things better, like I was telling them guys early on Facebook, that street life made a nigga so immature to a certain extent. I remember growing up too fast, you know. Back when we jumped off the porch, like my dog said, if you go watch the movie, bro was saying some real shit. It basically wasn't even a movie, because a lot of that shit wasn't even script. I was just shooting film. And at the part, at certain parts, we start, actually acting. Like I said, it was going to be a certain point where we have fun in the movie. And that was the acting part. But for life itself, I had to understand, you can't be like nobody else. You got to be yourself. And I understood what came with that street life shit, from doing so much so fast, so young, and really not knowing what to do with it, or nobody showing you the proper steps, because being a young nigga, you coming up fast. The guys that's older than you, they ain't expecting this, so basically they looking at this as competition. So nobody ain't gonna show you the way. Ain't no nigga gonna put you up on game and this and that. Things change. It's different from 36 ounces a game. But that's just the way it was. And just going through shit, you understand that people are gonna be different and shit's gonna go on. So me, myself, I always believed in being my own company. I understand what come with the streets. I understand what come with the money. I understand what being around crowds and all that. I ain't with none of that shit. You gotta understand at some point, dog, when you just being yourself and you got your own shit going on, whether it's big or small, you the shit in your own toilet. I'm gonna say that. Fuck what anybody else think, my nigga. You the shit in your own toilet. They can say what they want to say. A bitch can think what they want to think. You ain't got to be like them. You ain't got to do what they do. You ain't got to wear what they wear. You in your own world. It's never about being on top of the game. It's about being on top of your game, my nigga. Get every broad, get every whoever fuck with you down with your program. Fuck all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? It's cool or whatever. Acknowledge, salute. Ain't no hate to whatever, whoever got whatever going on. But you got your own shit going on. And when it come down to your dreams and your goals, my nigga, that shit always personal. So you gotta take that serious. Ain't nobody else in life gonna take that more serious than you. So I'm asking you guys, does the shit really make sense to actually get involved with the streets? Like I said before, I done been there. So you can't give the streets a black eye. But does it make sense to get involved with the streets and look at the shit that come with it? Look what the flexing did for Big Meech. Finally came home. Shout out to Big Meech. And then the internet, a motherfucker. Look how they doing, homie. Look what Dirk did, being a part of the game, and he fucked up in this situation. And it's all behind fans and shit, boosting him up to go kill a nigga and all this old type of shit. Then they put it in music. Ain't nothing gangster about that. You want to go out like that? And then think about, look, how niggas start getting money. What happened to Rich and Al Poe and all them niggas? There was a snake in the family. There's always somebody that's going to cross you out. Shit like that. I mean, you got to think about shit like that. Like, do a nigga really want that? And knowing what I know now, and it's good the fact that I had to go through certain shit to know shit. See, this what I break this 36 ounces of game shit down for. I put you niggas up on game because I want you to understand that I done went through enough shit that if you pay attention and listen, that you ain't got to go through the shit that I done been through, especially if you ain't already been through that type of shit. But if you been through it and you still confused and cause I know how it is if you out there straddling the fence or whatever. My nigga, trust me, it's better on the other side, dog. It's better on the other side, dog. Trust me, when you can sleep peacefully. You ain't got to worry about the bullshit. You ain't got to get soft because it's still the same rules apply. If a nigga play, you know what to do. But you go out your way to stay out the way, bro. That's what I advise. You ain't no whole nigga because you won't choose to go out here and be no gangster or be a part of no gang. Ain't nothing wrong with the dudes that do decide to be a part of a gang or whatever. That's just how they probably was raised and just what they with. But if you a real nigga, you can just stand alone and just be you and anything goes. And that's just how it is. And that's how I was raised. And that's just how I am. So it's not about what anybody else do. It's strictly about you. And my nigga, when you putting out that type of energy, you'll attract all type of people. You'll attract the right people to you. Even the ones that probably can't even figure you out. Even the ones that's how you attract one. See, we talking game now. You see how I slide in there without even knowing. We get to talking game and shit without me even knowing. That's game. See, I started off just pulling you niggas coat, just telling you some real shit. But then we get to talking about game. It's simple shit like that'll attract the broad to you. You put yourself in a position to get chose. The most important thing. Because when you doing shit like that, that give you leverage. Instead of you going after the chick for whatever reason. Don't get me wrong. But then what is wrong, a lot of guys will go after a chick. And when they go after a broad, it be the shit that amuse them from what they looking at from the outside. And then they get stuck on seeing looking onto the chick. Instead of looking into it. That's why I say you got to be a good judge of character. And you got to be able to read energy. You can see some, man, I call them out every single time. And I've been doing it since the beginning of time, dog. And my partner done be tripping on me at work because we be surrounded by all these beautiful women. And I see women and it's to the point where I just be like, you can tell Shawty she like this right here and this. And I ain't been nowhere around and I heard her voice and it's not judging nobody or anything. But it's just me knowing better. And I can say that it come from experience. But it's a certain thing that I feel inside that let me know certain stuff. So it's a certain gift that I'm born with. That's why I say certain shit separate me from the rest when it come down to speaking on some real gang shit. So I can't just consider myself no pimp or no Mac or no shit like that. Because if I do, that shit'll really be an understatement. It'll really be an understatement when I done did all that to a certain extent, or I'm better than that. Like I said, I keep my head in books. I'm the type of nigga that's gonna read and learn and figure some shit out. And one thing about a true man, or anybody that's going through some shit in general, one thing about struggling, one thing about life, period, dog, that shit make us resourceful. We'll figure this shit out some kind of way, especially if you want something out of this shit. I mean, ain't nobody playing this shit to lose. I don't give a fuck what you going through, what family you a part of, what you ain't got, what nobody say. Man, you better do your motherfucking thing. You got one shot at this shit. And when it's over with, it's over with. So you might as well stop being afraid. Stop being scared to open your mouth. A closed mouth don't get fed, but at the same time, a still tongue talks a wise head. So it goes back to you knowing when to hold and when to fold. You gotta know when to speak and talk and pay attention and all this old type of shit. But at the same time, you gotta know when to be quiet and shut your motherfucking mouth, because you got one mouth and two ears for a reason. You're supposed to listen twice as much as you speak. Yeah. It don't take long. I get to popping and talking shit, man, and I do it quick and just go to sleep or get me some rest or whatever, because I do a lot. But I always want to touch bases with you guys, man, and just, I don't know. I feel a big change coming, gentlemen. I really do. Let me check out some of these comments, man. I know y'all been saying the shit and I've been bypassing because I get in that zone and get to talking shit, man. But just to be honest, man, I do feel a change, gentlemen. I do. I gotta honestly tell you guys, I feel a change. I've always felt like, and I'm gonna be honest with you, man, God working mysterious ways. Since a kid, I felt like in some way I would make a change and be a part of this change that's occurring. You know what I'm saying? Even Martin Luther King, like I said, I had said it before. You can't just size yourself up about the damn this nigga good or this nigga did got this or whatever. Fuck that. Do you? Never compare yourself. Always contrast yourself. That's why I say it ain't no damn, don't try to be like nobody else. Always be original and be yourself. Because the game didn't end when they made Michael Jordan. Even though he was the greatest and one of the greatest players, it still was some magnificent and even greater players that played behind him that was influenced by him. And it's the same thing with everything else in life. The shit that we go through supposed to make us better people. You know what I'm saying? So in some kind of way, even from since Martin Luther King was speaking on making the world better in some kind of way and seeing this vision of the world getting better, died and seeing it. I grew up thinking of it and seeing it. And look what I'm doing today. And just on some real shit, just thinking about it is real, because I didn't see myself doing things like this. I didn't think that I was going to even live to see 18. People even said that. That's why I wrote about my life story, because the way I was living at some point, I felt like with the dreams that I had, those were signs. Especially when I'm finding my friends dead and partners dying back to back and so much shit going on. If you look at the movie, you see that's real life shit. That's my best partner that went to the feds. I'm fresh off the press. Good thing I wasn't around and was on some other shit and just switched my life up type shit. And and that's just what it is. Shit happens, dog. So I had to live and learn and understand. And with my father dying, that was even more confirmation for me to get out, because I made the man a promise. And just thinking about it, I had more to lose than to gain. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to just do you, man. And I understood since a little kid that at some point things will change, because no matter what, even if I had to go out there and resort to the various deeds, and I ain't saying that everybody should, man, some of you people got people that care about you. Some of you people got people that actually, that's there, family. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have that, my nigga. And I ain't sitting here and moping about it, but I'm not finna sit here and tell you, my nigga, go ahead and resort to what you think may be easy. But think what comes with that shit. All the downfall. I done been done, my nigga. Think about what comes with being in the streets. All the pitfalls. All the worry about the snakes. All the times a nigga done been in that kitchen and fucked up, and you know how that shit go, and bitch done lost out. You gotta play with these niggas. These niggas playing. There's too much shit to worry about. It's too much shit. It's better on the other side. And it may seem difficult because a lot of times niggas don't be knowing no better, and we'll settle for minimum wage or some little shit. But it's bigger and better shit out there. And my nigga, you can build your own, do your own shit. They always said that you really supposed to have more than one iron in the fire. My nigga, you can have your 9 to 5. You could be doing some shit on the side. Have you a bitch that's beneficial, that's down with you and down and with whatever. You know? Try not to mess with chicks that got too many kids or even got kids, even though most of them do. But that's how I say you got to know how to pick them. When I see a woman, I think about all kind of shit. I don't just look at her ass and all this shit. The most important thing is always look at the ring finger, number one, always. And that's just some good game to even start off with, for one. Because if I don't see a ring, I'm looking at her like, and that's some shit I'm going to say to her. I'm surprised that you're not with somebody. And even if you is seeing somebody, it is a surprise, because as fine as you is, somebody around here running crazy about you. Somebody got to be. Like, there's plenty of ways you could come on to a motherfucker. That's why I say you got to be raw with it. That's why I'm getting you 36 of the whole thing. Let you do what you want to do with it. You can re-rock it and fuck it up and be watered down like the rest of these niggas. That's why I spell my name with the Y on the end. My game ain't gonna die. They spell theirs with D-I-E at the end. You know what I'm saying? But I spell mine with the Y, the leisure lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I want you niggas to sit back, relax like the seats in the lap, and we gonna keep it player all the way just like that. But for real, man, it's the shit that you go through that's what's gonna make you better. So you can't feel like, you know, damn, it's gonna always be hard times. Appreciate that shit. Cause it's gonna be days like that that you remember. That's gonna make you appreciate them good days. Don't always look for the good days and that be what motivates you to wanna strive for your dreams. It's gonna be some shit that you're gonna have to go through that's gonna make you have some tough skin. You're gonna need that shit. You know what I'm saying? And be cool with it. That's why I say ain't no need to invite no problems. Trying to have girlfriends too early, trying to get, and I love my women. Don't get me wrong, I love my women, and I ain't trying to turn y'all niggas into players. If you want to be a player, live that life, you know that we can speak game and all that old type of shit. But like I always told you, you gotta have the stomach for that. But just knowing how to live and enjoy it, like, cause you, man, we was born to be fruitful. Not meaning you gotta stick your dick in everybody, but there's a reason why women can have multiple kids, but don't gonna have one child at one time. But a man could go have as many kids as he want, type shit. And it's even written from the beginning, from the biblical days. That's why it says in the Bible, and speaking to the lady Miss Lowe, who made a comment on the video that I was saying about marriage. I guess that's what it meant in the Bible when the exact words was when you find I forgot what she said, but I know it was something about God see favor in you in some kind of way when you find a good woman. That's basically the right thing. And he broke it down what a good woman should be. And I guess that's something that's important to a nigga, because if you the type of nigga, and that's how I talk to my women. That ain't even game. That's just the truth. And like I always told you, real game is when you keep it raw, when you keep it real. That's why this shit 36. So I tell them motherfuckers straight up, if I choose to be with only you, knowing I can fuck with anybody who I want to and how I want to, and they know how I move, and it is what it is type shit, and I shuffle my deck at any moment, and you gotta be something. You gotta be on your shit. You gotta be worth me fucking with you like that. Not saying you gotta be perfect, but that energy and all that shit means everything to a nigga, especially if you got peace. You meet you the right motherfucker, man, she ain't gonna want to do nothing but bring you more peace and be the type of motherfucker that's gonna act a fool if anybody come to disturb your peace. Because number one, how the fuck that sound? If she didn't get in your life trying to disrupt your peace, what it look like she trying to, or would allow friends, family, or somebody that's hating on you? Because you got some real women out there, man, that can call shit out, that be on shit, that see certain shit that they dudes don't see sometimes, because some of the guys just don't be on game. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women been groomed well, or they been seasoned, or they was blessed with a certain gift where they can, the spirit of discernment. Like, some people have that gift and can call shit how they see it. That shit for real. But I really see a change, dog. I really do, gentlemen. Like, I see a change, and the change that I see is niggas getting their shit right. Not just men, but just people in general. It's too much. The way the world is today, there's so many ways niggas can get paid. So get you some money. Do that first. That's impressive to me. Fuck being hard. Get some money. Let's do that. You know what I'm saying? And get established. That's number one. That's the most important thing. That's how you level the playing field. I can guarantee you, if you'd have been the type of nigga that done lived with a woman before, you know how that shit go. And you gonna always hear the words, you get out my shit. The famous 3 words. Famous 3 words, you gonna hear it. I don't give a fuck how much she love you or said she'll never do no shit like that. But if you ever moving with her, you gonna hear it one way or another. But if you start off and you get your own, or even going through that and you get your own, you'll understand how that shit feel to have your own and your peace. And then when you understand how important your peace is, you ain't gonna wanna fuck with certain bitches. Cause you gonna know the type that's gonna be the type that ain't gonna do shit but come around and fuck with your energy, and you ain't gonna want that. That's why I'm telling you, man, we talking game now. You know? It's gonna be little times I plant seeds and sprinkle little shit and say little shit here and there. And I don't even be meaning to. A lot of time I just be popping and talking shit, but I'ma always give it to you real. That's why this shit 36. I'ma always keep it real and I'ma always keep it raw with you. No matter how I gotta sound, it don't have to be script. I'm just gonna give it to you how it come. But I try not to overdo it. That's why I don't be on here as much or too long. But whenever I am on here, I definitely like to pull y'all coats, man. Seeing how y'all doing, hoping y'all, cause I hadn't got on some shit, cause I'm not a social media nigga. I hadn't got on some shit where I was like, you know what, fuck the jam. I wasn't gonna get on it, but one of my little people had to reach out to me like, man, I've been looking for you. We've been needing that shit, and call me and all kind of little shit. So, I fuck with that. So I'm like, I might as well, keep doing my thing, cause I do miss fucking around. But like I said, man, it's all for motivational purposes. I'm on a mission as well. This shit ain't over with me. I'm not just popping this shit to y'all as if I got it all together. I'm still on my mission because there's so much shit that I gotta do that I'm doing. But this shit is all motivation. We taking these steps together. We're in the process to trust the progress to process, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, dog. I'm gonna go ahead and split and do my thing. And just get me some chill time in, man. I came in really just to chill and sit back and relax, man. But just stay blessed for the most part, man. Be careful. Go out the way to stay out the people way, man. I see my dog RTHS in there, man. I haven't been paying attention to everybody that's been coming in, but I appreciate everything, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everything. I just been cooling and in the cut, just relaxing. Like I said, bro, like it don't matter what level you on in life or what you got going on, bro. Trust me on that, man. Just understand this shit, bro. You're not on your dying bed. Life ain't over with. We don't know what tomorrow may bring. Before they turn the lights off on this small ass planet, my nigga, be on top of it. Do your thing. Keep striving. I guess that's why 50 came up with that album name, Get Rich or Die Trying. You know, so I know what the fuck that is. But most definitely, man, just put your best foot forward and continue to keep trying to do your best no matter what it is, dog. And fuck all that other shit. You're gonna have time to play and all that shit, but you're gonna have to have discipline. It's gonna be a time where you're gonna have to buckle down and just focus on yourself and get your shit right. But you understand, man. I hope y'all do. This your boy, Sir Golden. And if you don't know, I represent that 36 ounces of golden game. The best thing since motherfucking cocaine. And if it ain't no game, I mean, it ain't no game. If it ain't 36 ounces of motherfucking game, I don't care what they told you, man. I bet you try to sell you something, but I'm gonna give it to you raw and uncut, my nigga, and double back with it and let you come back and fuck with a nigga on the back end type nigga. And that's how we rockin' like a cut off stocking, bitch. For real. Y'all stay tuned, man. I love y'all.